Oh shoot, we got backgrounds.
Lawnarchy. It's your man PL. How you doing this evening? You just heard the sounds of DJ Jamel Rockwell on the ones and twos in the prelude. Um,
First time in a while.
this is the pre-birthday episode for me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yippee, yippee, skippy, all that good stuff. Birthday is actually in the middle of the week, so tune in on Sports Block. That'll be my actual birthday, so we may do something that night different. I might not show up. I might go to Devin
That'll be real different.
Yeah, so you know Devin the dude in town.
Devin Dude show. Yeah. So so I don't know, but we got the draft next week for the League of the Lawn. So I don't know. So it's a lot going on next week, and then next week is Funky Fresh First Fridays. We're gonna get started a little early next week, about 7:30, maybe 7:00, 7:30.
Yep.
We have a special guest DJ. Fuck it, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag now. Fuck it.
Yeah,
we got a DJ Scheme, homeboy fam coming through.
Yeah.
Gonna be spinning with my man Rockwell. So Funky Fresh Fridays
Yes.
featuring DJ Scheme.
Overdue. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that one.
Yeah, pretty geeked about that. Let's see here. We're gonna before we get too deep into everything, do a brief introduction of our guest tonight. Her name's Danielle. She's with the Kent City Health Department. She's an ambassador for the community. We'll ask exactly what that means when that time comes.
Hopefully, I'll wait for that time. 'Cause, you know, I'm notorious. I'm gonna wait. Hey, I got
don't
seat
get-
to
oh,
speak
don't
this
get it
time.
twisted.
I got seat to speak this time,
Yeah,
so
don't
I'm
get
gonna
it
wait
twisted.
for my seat to speak.
When that time comes, we're definitely gonna tell people where they probably recognize you from. But before we get into everything,
Sorry.
um,
I'm fucking up. Very unprofessional.
do our usual check-in. I'm a big advocate of mental health, and I believe that sometimes for a lot of people, the one thing that begins a path, a downward spiral, is just not having an outlet. So this is a platform during this time to get shit whatever off your chest for the week, and it's judgment free. Shit. I done said some wild shit, and I'll probably say some more wild shit at some point.
You'll just edit it out though.
I mean, I don't edit
You
only
never edit
wild shit I really edit out is like when the stories are too specific about my job, so that either leads to somebody knowing where I work or the person I may be talking about in that story. Yeah, I will edit those out because
But he'll give you some grumble. Yeah, this fucking meth head.
I get that all day.
Y'all missed what he said. He said when we get to that point, we'll remind people where they know it from. It's coming from when I was in the live audience. I thought it was live on, it's not live. So he probably got some shots or some voice recordings that he didn't edit
This is
out.
not her first appearance on the show.
Yeah, but for you to say he gonna edit stuff out, that means and then him saying like we're gonna that
No,
makes me
I
know he
didn't,
probably got like he gonna like chime in like y'all remember
No.
this? No.
I didn't.
If y'all missed this, run that back. Go watch that one.
No, trust. I didn't go back and
Okay.
pull any of that. I at one am kind of lazy,
It's like we'll just make him go watch that episode.
and
Yep.
two,
Yeah.
I'll just I
We
may
need
put
the views.
I may put a
Right.
YouTube tag or something, at the top of the screen now. Let me see. Let me make sure I got. Okay. Yeah. I may put a YouTube tag at the top of the screen now with a link to that episode, so they go watch that. But yeah, I'm not
We
pulling.
can give you a cue mark.
Yeah. But so the check-in basically goes like this. You know, my week was rough. I'm gonna be honest. I text Rockwell Monday or Tuesday and told him I was about to choke some motherfuckers out at the job and walk out.
Employees or
Yeah.
oh,
Or customer shit. I didn't give a fuck. Whoever the next motherfucker was that looked funny style said something halfway slick in
They's
my
catching the
opinion.
hands for everybody from the whole week, month
For
before.
a lot longer than a week. I got frustrations I've been working through via therapy for a minute that spanned a while. So yeah, it wouldn't even be fair to them. I'll just put it that way. But you know, made it through it, and I ain't trying to be like, you know, put myself out as like super tough guy or no shit like that, you know. But sometimes we just gotta tough through it. And, you know, I've said before and I say it again. Shit, I might be going through a midlife crisis right now. I don't know. Shit, but at least I recognize and accept what's happening. You know, that's because I can't really change it. All I can do is make sure that I don't put hands upon nobody.
And awareness is the first thing. If you're not aware to things, you know, then that's when, you know, danger comes. So that's dope that you're aware to, you know, things that you can be destructive to yourself and others about.
Yeah, I know I don't ready to fuck somebody. And I get NC plus. I try to quell all that because when I get angry to a degree, I get blackout angry. So I literally don't know what the fuck, you know, consciously what I'll come to and be like, damn man, why is everybody looking at me like that? And they be like, yeah, you blah blah blah, and I be like, oh shit, my bad.
do you see red when you get that mad?
No, I literally just black out, or like everything just goes black, and I come to like.
They were like peeled and smacked somebody's grandmama. God damn.
Almost one night.
I know, but I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of us can, you know, say we've all, you know, gone through those moments.
Yeah. So you know, shit.
So
It is what
awareness
it
is
is.
first thing.
You know, like I said, working through it. So, had good news and bad news throughout the week. I'm not sharing either.
You say we have to wait till your birthday episode that you're not coming to on.
No, I'm just not. There was a point where I probably would have shared it because I was very extremely open about shit, and I'm still pretty open about like a majority of stuff that's going on, like 95% of stuff. But it's that 5% that I just hold on to now. You got some old, you got to be there type shit.
Yep. If you weren't there, you weren't there. Wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I just want to keep the memory selfish. I don't want to tarnish it. Because somebody may be like, oh, nigga, it didn't go like that. And I had to smack the shit out of them.
like I'm trying to work on my awareness of my mental health because I share some dope shit. Y'all can't be dope for me. Y'all gonna bring out the old me.
Next thing I know.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I done blacked out.
And it's sad that we can't even like share like dope things we go through and dope things that you know, for us, because it's like nobody just be like, man, that's dope. That's damn dope. You know, that we got to keep it to ourselves because moment we talk about how dope of a moment we might have had, you know, you get more haters than you get congratulators, you know?
That's church. What's it? Since you talking, how was your week, Danielle?
Well, it was uplifting. It was empowering. You know, I had a lot of dope moments that I actually came to share with y'all. And all my dope moments bring haters because nobody wants to hear what
We don't have a time limit, but, you know, I will cut you off.
Yeah.
No, she know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, anybody that's tapping in that know me, that's why they tapping in. Cause okay, my kids they probably tapping in because everything I'm talking about, trust me, I talk about my home first, and I hope everybody talks in their home.
Don't sand man our guest pill.
No, not that. No, I'm just saying.
But,
no,
but everybody,
we already
everybody
had
know.
we already
Everybody
talked
know.
about
All I
this.
do is talk. I was
Yeah,
like,
she told me, she's like, hey, when I get to talking too much, just tell me shut the fuck
Right.
up.
'Cause
And I said, I ain't gonna do that, but I will, you know.
It'll be like the sun come up and they be like, D is still talking, y'all. Like, man,
Facts.
look, I mean, I think the more people make me quiet, the more I talk, you know. So, so when he say that, it's because when you're in a space with people that know you, like, they supporting you, and I appreciate them supporting me, but at the same time, they're trying to support me in, in the right way. Like, it's not no hater stuff. It's really,
no.
you know, it's yes.
Yeah.
Because they know me. They be like, we ain't got 2 day show.
I mean, we could make it that. I just didn't plan for it. I ain't bringing that much
It's birthday
weed.
weekend, though.
yeah.
It's birthday weekend, though.
I mean, I ain't really doing shit. I'm a square.
Right.
Let the world tell it.
It's because you saving up 5% that they don't know.
Oh, well, I'm,
square.
well, I mean, you know, I have grown, fortunately, you know, and matured over my time. And the me that I am now is definitely not the me that I was at the turn of the century, let's say. Definitely not the me I was at 21. For sure not the me I thought I would be in high school and college. So, you know, some of those things were deemed disappointments by people outside of myself, and I allowed that to weigh heavily for a while and became depressed and did other stupid shit, and you know, it was a battle. But I'm proud of my journey. It ain't been pretty all the time, but it wasn't always ugly, you know, shit. So,
And as of a community, you know, and as family units, you know, and if we could learn to, when kids do have hiccups, I mean, they teenagers, I have teenagers, when they do have hiccups and they do go through things, instead of like deeming them, like you said, as, you know, we still as adults go through hiccups, you know what I mean? And so why our children, our youth, like he said, when you're a kid, like when they go through things, we allow like society or people to deem them as no good when, you know, when we should be able, when they at that, we should be actually wrapping our arms around them more and uplifting them higher and finding like things that work for them to get them, you know, to another level at that age, instead of just saying, oh, well, they, you know, they messed up, and, you know, and make life worse for them.
that's
So
right.
thanks for sharing that.
Hey, that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
to a degree. Oh, man. Rock, how was your week?
Not as shitty as last week.
Hey, that's improved.
But it's challenges nonetheless.
Hey.
But I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Right.
As long as you love yourself and you're proud of yourself and you know.
Yeah. I can't say I didn't accomplish some things. Wish I accomplished more, but I feel like I'm at a place now where I can put a plan together and start knocking
Yeah.
a few more things out. Yeah. So trending upward.
I gotta have a list on my phone or I'm not knocking nothing out.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel
like
you.
if I use my mental for all the things I gotta do, nothing would get done. Like everything is a list, you know. And before we had our cell phones with the notes, I literally used to carry around like a whole notepad and would cross out stuff and, you know, just like
Yeah.
so like anything people try to do in life without like lists. You will, you know. It's
You gotta have
life's
your plan in
overwhelming.
front of you, yeah.
Life's overwhelming. So, you know. And sometimes the more you knock out one thing, that one thing adds 3 more things to the list sometimes. So life is very overwhelming.
Yeah,
So
I'm
be
just
able to say, you know, you're proud of yourself is all that matters out here in the world. You
Trying
know,
to get
like,
some
you
of
don't
the-
need nobody else proud of you but yourself.
trying to get to some of the side quests.
Everybody ain't wrong with the boy.
Right.
Jason, Red Eye.
Man, very trying week. today kind of capped it all off. I ended up having to unload an entire U-Haul by myself, and that shit
Oh,
was
decent.
not cool. But I actually did it though, cause I've been working out.
Bro, my fucking bad.
Nah, it's all good.
Was it?
'Cause I really
look,
didn't wanna
That was
pay-
a call out for him, and we didn't even know.
I really didn't want to pay nobody to do it, and then once I was actually doing it, I was like, damn, I for real saved $200 by doing it myself. So fuck it.
Yeah,
You're like, you empowered your
I
own
would've-
self.
Hey,
See, you
dude, I'm
empowered
telling
your
you,
own self.
Rock called me early in the morning. Right as I just woke up and went outside and commune with nature. And he called me right when I got back inside, and he kind of woke me back up because he called me like 5 times. And I was like, all right. So I was like, fuck. So I went back outside and commune with nature again. And then I came back inside, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take me like I put some laundry in. I was like, I'm going to take
I
me
called you
about
5 times?
Yeah, you called me a lot. I don't know if it was 5. That may be a slight over exaggeration, but only by maybe 1.
He didn't even call him once for the U-Haul.
No, because the people flaked on me on
Well, I was
Wednesday.
asleep. I wound up going
So-
to sleep, and,
No,
and
but
I
look
had
at the how
to.
empowering when you felt like you
Yeah.
was gonna give up and like, damn, I ain't got nobody. He was like,
Oh no, but I had to do it though.
all right,
So,
but hey, see how empowering you can be to other people. Like, tell them when you think in life you faced with a task that you signed up for and you don't want to give up and you still do it. It's empowering and you can make it through it. Like that's actually really a dope moment.
but I'll say on now because on Wednesday they were for I actually hired a company, and they just completely flaked on me. So it kind of put me in a bind. So sometimes when you got to do something.
Right. Because
shit,
your
you
name
just do
on it, you got to. But that's what a lot of people need to realize. When your name on something or you sign up for something and you say you're going to do something, you know, regardless of nobody, do it and it's going to, you know.
Nothing makes you more mad than that, though. Somebody say they gonna do something and don't follow.
Man, it happens all the
This is
time.
things that I dealt with this week, you know, with my car situation. It's been crazy, but it's like I don't let it affect me like I used to. Like usually I'd be like, oh, why me type of shit, you know. My fucking car, what am I supposed to do? How am I do this? But I can easily do the same things that I was doing before I even had a car. I was still
Right.
making it. I was still going to work, still doing my things, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I had to understand that not having a car is not going to stop my hustle. It's not going to stop my flow in life, you know what I mean?
That's right.
So I kept on pushing, and I'm good.
Amen.
I ain't cry about it.
Right, amen, because you're like,
Gotta
hey,
get it done one way or another, right.
You said, look, no, if they would bring all public, Kansas City, Missouri, if you bring real public transportation to all
Right,
city,
exactly.
all areas,
Motherfuckers just
we
make sure
wouldn't
you call
even
it the day
need.
before, 'cause they ain't got
You
time
know?
to do shit today when they got appointments with everybody else. So
Yeah.
it's your responsibility to do what you need to do.
But at
know
least
what
you
I'm
had
saying?
that spirit in you, because a lot of people don't have that spirit in them. That
It
when
takes
they
a
can't
lot to get to
to
that
the
point,
point.
you know, 'cause
But there's so many people that don't have that spirit. At least you had that in, because so many people are not living with that spirit. And
Right.
when things don't go right, they just give up. And once you give up, the world's still gonna
you
keep
dwelling
turning.
on bullshit,
The
you
world
know what I'm
keeps
saying?
turning, and you know. So that's dope. I'm
You're
very
not
proud of
making a
you.
difference at all. Just sitting there dwelling on it, or you know, if you get up and keep pushing, and the world see all the shit that you done went through, and they see that you pushing, you might be changing the life of a next one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people don't understand that, and then they feel like they, you know, ain't nobody listening to them. Like you're not making no noise. You just sitting. You want somebody
Right.
to hand the shit to you. Like
Right, you know, you gotta use your voice. You gotta use, your spirit, your blood. You know, like you said, you said the car didn't bless me. My spirit of I'm not gonna let the car bother me. I'm actually
I
blessed.
gotta remember what the hell I'm actually here for.
Yeah,
that
like my
car is
blessing.
not the
Hey, I got feet that walk. We got other
Hello.
stuff. Like I mean,
What
like
about that
you're
bus
like,
stop at? Hey,
yeah,
how you
yeah,
doing?
yeah. But a lot of people don't, you know, like have that spirit. So that, you know. That's great to share with people. Like, oh, that should inspire people that, like what we think are blessings really ain't blessings. Our heart, our soul, and in our drive and our not giving up and our keep fighting through all the bullshit. Because everybody go through bullshit in life. I don't care who you are.
This shit is a blessing and I like, you can't take that shit with you.
Right.
Like, you can't do shit with it.
Right.
Nope,
Right.
sure can't.
But your soul is your soul. That's buried with us. If you let this world eat your soul, if you let the world eat your soul, we don't, what do we have to take back with us, So.
Straight up.
How did I get in this show? I done started some shit up here.
You were warned.
No, because I was a lady audience. I was a lady audience over there at one time, and I saw over there. I said, "Man, you can't be the only lady here and not be up here with me. Like, just to have a team. Ladies gotta stick together. Like, when you go out in groups and a new lady come in the group, like somebody brought her in the group for a reason because they trust or whatever. Like, why don't ladies like have each other's backs? So I said, no, girl, you're about to come up here and sit with me. And she said, I ain't gonna talk. And then as soon as she's talked, I was like, look how beautiful the thing she said. Like, that was so powerful.
I tell the motherfucker quickly, like, I feel you, and let me tell you this too.
Hey, P, should we?
What you saying?
Hey, P, should we let that cat out of the bag? No pun intended.
Go ahead. P looking like, what bag have we got? Cause I got bags.
Like somewhere.
I got bags. If we all talk about
Like we working on something. We gonna make sure the women get their time.
Oh, no, don't say shit about that.
Yeah.
That shit ain't even gonna happen now. I don't even want to do that. See, you done fucked it up.
Well, I tried to be discreet the first time.
I gotta go find a $45 hand
It must
job
be.
now.
We just have to do
Oh my God.
We just have to do it on his birthday show that he said
I'm
he's
all
not
tense.
showing up for. We just have an all ladies show.
Hey, and my birthday, I just realized is on Labor Day this year.
Look, she said she wasn't even gonna be on
Yeah, I
the show.
didn't even realize it until I looked at the calendar yesterday.
Hey,
Let's talk about it.
right. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of things that don't get adjusted that need to be adjusted.
Amen.
This whole time, all that's been going on, I done heard
Barbarians are at the gates. They're at the gates.
Beyonce, "You Won't Break My Soul" playing in the background. And I was like, damn, we can't afford this.
Oh yeah, but as soon as that song came out, everybody was like, I don't like that Beyonce. Now everybody's like breaking it, breaking it. Like, you ain't gonna break my soul, right? Look. But when that first song first came out, everybody's like, oh fuck Beyonce, that damn big thing, fuck on it. Now we over here like, you can't break our soul. I know, go ahead. Tell everybody. Look, we gonna tell everybody.
Hey, I'm gonna give you the intro to that episode. Then you'll be like, welcome to the Lawnarchy. You just heard the sounds of the prelude, which was a 30-minute Beyonce mega mix.
And then they don't know the old ladies are coming on.
You know what?
And then no, P is on vacation. And when that happens, just know P's probably on vacation.
I ain't even gonna
and
let
there's
you
all
do the DJ
ladies.
that way.
Hey, whole house
I ain't
party
gonna
up
let you
in
do
here.
whoever the DJ is that dirty.
Hey, we just gonna click the button and jet.
Right. We gonna hope it all works without you.
Oh, it'll work.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a.
Oh, you forgot the time I had to host the show, didn't you?
Yeah, do that link YouTube right now. While we linking YouTube.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah,
Right,
link
see what's-
the
we had
first time
23.
he had the host without you.
Oh, it was bad.
Why he told me gonna have a whole girl show.
It was bad. It took us 15 minutes to actually get out of here.
Yeah, it was. And then as soon as I showed up, I just hit two buttons.
It was like it was your birthday? Without your birthday?
No, it wasn't like my birthday.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't a birthday.
Actually, kind of was like my birthday.
Because they were like so
nothing ever
excited to see you.
happens
They're like,
that,
ah, Pete's here.
plan for it to happen on my birthday happened. So, I just don't expect shit.
What's the best birthday you ever had?
Wow. probably when I turned maybe like 27, 28. I had a lot of family in town. And then I had, my music family. We were all so I was able to see a lot of people that day for my birthday. And that was and it wasn't like planned because I didn't have I like never planned anything for my birthday.
Why are Virgos like that?
Because
they want surprises. Y'all want surprise. You want
I don't want
everybody to come give you the love instead of like you having to, See, I'm a Cancer. We actually like,
Gotta call people.
I just don't care about. Okay.
Right.
I made it through another lunar
He
cycle.
won't do that. He refuses to do that.
so you must know what year 27, 28 was.
Good grief.
That was let's see, 27 was 2001. Yeah.
I guess we.
Yeah,
all
we did. I
think
think we might have even gone to Worlds of Fun that day, because it was one of the last weekends that they were
open for the summer.
Open for the yeah. It was just a cool ass day. I didn't spend a lot of
the
money.
Orient Express still back then. Remember the red roller coaster that went upside down 4 times?
You say 01?
01, I think it might have been like the last year.
The last couple years.
Remember, that's how
because that was the last year I rode that motherfucker, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What did they, because they bringing one of them back.
They put the
Zinger.
Zinger back.
Okay.
They keep doing all them wooden ones that be,
It's going to be hybrid, though. It's going to be a steel
That's
frame.
a hybrid. I mean, we watch it virtual and we think we in the sea. And we
No, I'm just saying that. No. It's part wood, part steel.
What?
But the old one was all steel. And it's in Colombia.
And I want to go to Colombia, so I'm going to start a GoFundMe to send me to Colombia to go ride the Zambezi Zinger, the original one.
They moved
It
the whole
worked for the
shit?
white folks.
Yeah.
Damn.
That whole thing's down in Colombia.
Hey, I be kicking it.
They just
Exactly
moved that
like
one?
it was, yes.
Wow.
And I can promise to the U.S. government that I'm not bringing back any cocaine.
Hey, they talking about decriminalizing down there.
They got to.
They're decriminalizing coke?
I mean, officially.
Man, that's never going to happen.
Man, they talking about it.
I mean, they
Spending a lot of money on the drug war.
Yeah.
Right. In the 80s, man.
Still. Shit.
Hell, spending a lot of our money on the drug war.
there was never a war.
Right.
Anyway.
The drug
It
conquest.
was it was a way to make more money to have people locked up.
But yeah, I don't know. I just don't plan shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not like that. I get it. I don't focus on my age.
I don't either, actually.
And I saw Prince in an interview where somebody was like, "Man, I saw you, 20 years ago, and you look the exact same." And Prince was like, "Yeah, I don't really do birthdays because if I start keeping track of time, then it's gonna age me." And I was like, "Yeah, Prince, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, big dog."
Hey, I'm with that.
No, but like the major ones though, I did celebrate. I'll say 21, 25, 30, and 40.
I celebrated 25 or 21. Yeah, but shit, all I did was go to Westport and get my free shots at every bar. And I was fucked up, and I threw up outside Stanford and Sons on the steps. And my boys was like, "Yeah." And we hopped in my Benz and drove around and did some more stupid shit that I don't even really remember. I just remember waking up and being in the car again like, and then waking up and being in the car again like, So, yeah, I was just fucked up. That's really the only one, man.
So this birthday, you just going to be here doing the sports podcast. If you come, you say you're not coming. So we might be
if
having
I'm not here,
podcast. So.
Yeah, if I'm
Your
not
birthday.
here.
With that shit, though. He done made up some shit.
No, I said Devin put on a hell of a show though.
Oh yeah, Devin's a great show. So I might be at the Devin the Dude show if I'm not here, but I'll probably be here because I don't feel like spending no money on no show, on no tickets. To be honest with you.
Hey, if Beyonce willing to pay some ad revenue, we more than willing to do a Beyonce episode.
Ain't like she ain't got it.
You know what I'm saying?
See, we on live right now. I can't even say.
But shit,
We'll play
as a matter of
whatever
fact,
she want us to play.
speaking of
That's the whole point
the
of
speaking
being
of the
live,
Devin
is
of the
say whatever you
Dude
want.
episode, shout out to Marlo, Art Money Marlo. He's gonna be opening for him,
I'm sorry, I
so
had
Oh,
to
fresh.
say it.
that's a good look
Open the food.
for Devin.
Fresh. Yeah, man.
Hey, I think Devin is the George Clinton of our generation.
Oh, funky funk.
As in, like, you got to see the Devin show in your time. If you really, if you call yourself, I mean, if you're a fan of this music, and especially if you're a pothead,
Right.
like you got that's a bucket list thing. You gotta go to a Devin show.
So who's the top 5 as far as smoker music? Because you gotta have Devin, you gotta have Wiz. I say Cypress Hill,
Redman.
definitely Redman.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Y'all
Snoop.
about
Are
to bump
kidding?
somebody
Snoop's
out. Go ahead,
not
somebody
even in
like
that list.
y'all
Hey,
about
how is Snoop not
Y'all
even
about to
in
bump
that
somebody
list?
out. I'm about to
He's
tell y'all
not
right
even-
now.
How
That's
is Snoop
the-
not
see,
even on
that's the
that
five,
list? He's
though.
like the
Who-
notorious, like, you know.
That wasn't 5, was it?
I mean,
Nah, Snoop makes 5.
yeah, I was like, Snoop should be like, I'm like, Snoop is like the notorious that he is the, you know. I mean,
Y'all need to fit Currency in there somewhere.
California has
Honorable
been
mention, honorable
legal
mention.
for like almost
You know
like
what?
13
The reason I'm not
years.
putting Currency on the
So,
list is because Currency doesn't have the reach that those other guys have. And that's just
True.
point blank.
But that nigga
But
was
it's
putting
some of
out
the
an
best
album every
content.
month, though. Yeah, he was putting out an album a month at one point.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the quality
That nigga
of
was
his-
putting,
of his
yeah, he was
music
putting out
isn't
a
as good as
stupid
theirs.
amount of music.
I'm saying that he doesn't have the reach that they have. If Snoop puts out a song right now, no matter what we know about it, motherfuckers on the other side of the planet know about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because Snoop is attached to it. If Currency did the same thing, I'm not saying other motherfuckers on the other side don't know about it, but it's not the same amount of people. It doesn't have the same reach.
Yeah, but out of all those you listed, he's got the biggest stranglehold on his core base. Maybe even more than Cypress
Then you
Hill.
could you could say Burner.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not
yeah.
top 5.
You could, because Burner's got
Yeah,
Burner's
I
only
was-
one of them that's got his own
Like,
strength.
Yeah, cookies.
they talking about some people that like.
But I do gotta, I do want to say this.
It should be a top 10.
Snoop's last album that he put out, like at the age that he is, it is way too good for him to be his age and still making like.
Snoop
for
is
real.
gonna be 70 years old making albums,
Yeah,
bro.
Wow.
like that. Like when I heard it, I was actually surprised. I was like, "Damn, Snoop! Like this shit actually sounds like some thorough Snoop shit." Like
Snoop is gonna be 70 years old making albums.
That's a damn
Black
shame.
Thought is gonna be 70 years old making
yeah.
albums. Redman is gonna be 70 years old making albums.
They got enough money to sit their old ass down.
Nah.
Yeah, but if you got a passion, about something, you never like me. Like I got a passion about stuff, and that's why I like to talk to people. Once you have a passion about something, you will never sit your butt down. When you know, it's kind of like you said the other day.
Yeah, youth football.
You said the other day how you didn't sit your butt down because something didn't stop you. When you have a passion about something, which you had a passion about yourself and like your drive, when you have a passion about something, you won't sit your butt down. You will keep trying to drive that message and that vision. He probably hoping that everybody has that message and vision. Don't give up and
Like
come.
anything that Snoop put out there, I'ma still mob to it. I'ma still ride to it.
Hey,
Still
you-
like
I just realized.
40?
I'm past 40. We already in the 40s car.
Hold on. I just realized that we're an hour into the show and we have not actually introduced you.
No, he did. He told me. No, we did, but
We're
he
not
said
an
we
hour
go.
into the show.
Huh?
And
not
so
an
we
hour
gonna
into
come
the
back
show.
What
because
time?
he already
Well, damn
know.
We're 35 minutes into the show.
No, he introduced me
30
first, and he
Oh,
said
yeah,
we're gonna
yes.
come back to how everybody knows her and what we want to talk about.
Um,
'Cause-
and we did get
Right.
into an introduction. We just haven't gotten into the time of just talking to her about what she came to do. Talk about.
Okay, that's
He knows
accurate.
it'll go to the
So-
morning time.
Okay, that's
so he
accurate.
said, let's talk about all the shit we
That's
got to
accurate.
talk about.
I rescind my complaint.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, he didn't introduce me. I would introduce myself if he didn't by
Right.
now. You already know me. I introduced myself over there. Like, I mean, come on. He must want to get into what I got to talk about. Like, but we here, their podcast here talk about a lot of stuff. I'm just happy this time to actually have a seat to speak.
Oh,
And
you
not be
good?
over there hollering. So, yeah, we got all kind of stuff. We got all kind of stuff to talk about. Let's get through, all this and then, right?
Well,
And
shit.
then, look, she didn't want to speak. And look, we empowering her to she like me. See, I just send that woman voice, hey, girl, get that voice there, whatever on your mind. It feels good. It feels good just like you empower people. It does feel good to share with people what you go through, what you know. Like, why do we know stuff and not share it with people? If you see someone next to you about to go through the same shit as you, and you can,
Want to recognize where they came from. People don't
yeah,
wanna,
so to me, anytime anybody shares what they're going through could change what
I ain't
someone else
ashamed
goes
at all.
through.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not ashamed to say it. Like, hey, I've been a motherfucker that just sit there and think shit just gonna be handed to me. Like, I didn't have my shares of just a bunch of bullshit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But it was all an experience, and like everybody goes through an experience of their own in their life. You know what I'm saying? That was my experience.
But then when we go through it, when we see other people at other generations about to go through it, if we don't use
Talk
our
to
voice to talk to them, it'd be like, man, you're like, who are we? And that's why I'm here today. But we ain't got to get into it right now. We could, get into all the other stuff. But that's, why I'm here. It's like we got to talk to them. They're not talking to them,
Some hard-headed ass generation.
Right, and hard-headed, and they know. And I'm going to show you how hard they headed is because they about to bring back all kind of shit they can't get rid of.
You remember how we used to get our ass whooped as kids? Like, nowadays, the way we got our ass whooped then, nowadays they consider that shit child abuse.
Right.
Like, what the? Really?
It's parental
So I
control.
got my ass whooped. I beat the hell out of it. I ran from every ass whooping I got, but I still got it. It's like,
Well, speaking of ass whoopings,
He didn't give nobody one this week because he had self-control.
my ass up.
The-
I ain't even,
the next couple that we're gonna talk about has been taking a social media ass whooping because of
Because of their own fucking fault.
I
That's
would
why.
label it stupidity, I guess. I don't know. Check it out.
Morning.
Mary and Dr. Nicholas Nicosia walked into a hotel conference room with their attorney. 2 weeks ago, they were named in a lawsuit by firefighter Jared Jones, who says he was compelled to go to the party by his captain. The lawsuit alleges the party mocked the Juneteenth holiday and included racist tropes like fried chicken.
The allegations of this narrative have caused my family almost unbearable pain.
Our children are being attacked on social media. Cancer culture can be cruel. It took me 32 years to build my reputation, in less than 2 hours to destroy it.
Here is the entrance to the backyard.
Attorney Corey Hogan showed photos of the Nicosia house.
And you will see that this event was a political event. There is absolutely no racism anywhere.
But the photos of Donald Trump and tables, a Juneteenth poster, and cornhole game were actually staged last week to depict what the party looked like.
It was recreated.
I asked the clients to set it up so that I have an accurate understanding of what was where.
Mr. Hogan, can you share actual pictures of the party?
I don't have any. I don't know that there were any. I will find out.
Mary, were there pictures, actual pictures of the party?
I didn't take any pictures.
What I had to experience a month ago, it cut me very deeply.
That's firefighter Jared Jones. His lawsuit says being forced to go to the party at the Nicosia home created a hostile work environment and discriminated against him.
I challenge you, the press, look into their backgrounds. Find anything they've done in their lives, their 50-plus years lives, that's racist.
We didn't have to wait long or go very far to accept that challenge because 25 minutes after it was made, Mary Nicosia admitted she's the owner of an anonymous Twitter account that she and the lawyer admit posted racist tweets. Mary Nicosia apologized for that. Berkeley Bree News 10 NBC.
Morning.
Mary and Dr. Nicholas Nicosia walked into a hotel conference room.
Racist comments. How can we believe that the buckets of fried chicken, the Juneteenth cups and flag, as well as other racial stereotypes, including the Hennessy, you had no clue about if, again, you're pushing racist comments on a parody Twitter account?
I'm not going to really speak to my parody Twitter account, and I can see where you can try to link the two. I think that Corey covered the stereotypical things at the party. I grew up in East Cleveland. I'm aware of the perception of KFC. Was that the reason it was in my home? No, it was an easy meal. So that's all I can really say. I mean, it was not.
I think we do have to speak more to this parody account, even though the comments...
I'm not going to speak to my parody account.
So, but you're pushing racist comments on a parody account.
I've made my apologies. Okay.
You made racist comments on this parody account. Mm-hmm. How are those, and we've heard from Doctor as well, that you claim you aren't racist but are pushing racist comments. How does that, can you break up the difference for me, I guess?
Let me start, and then Mary can talk. Just so it's clear, the claim that was filed had nothing to do with her Twitter account. This claim was filed based upon what existed at the party and what took place that day. There's no question that somebody that has a racist Twitter account, which Mary did, is somebody that's going to be somewhat aware, I guess, of these racial tropes. No question about that. But the manner in which the party was conducted and the way in which they've led their lives is not consistent with this party being racist. No question. If you look at her Twitter account, yep, that's racist. Not right, wrong. Never can. There's no justification for it, in my mind.
Isn't that part of the way, though, that not they, but Mary lived her life?
That's the point.
How do you separate the two, I think, is what...
Well, there's no question that she has not lived her life.
Yeah, so Nicosia's family of Rochester, New York, had a good old-fashioned party. I don't know if it was supposed to be an anti-Juneteenth party or what, but honestly, when I heard some of the stuff they had on the going down, I was like, motherfucker sound like it's kind of lit for real. They had the chicken. I ain't mad at it,
Yeah, but who made the chicken?
It was KFC. It was KFC.
Who made it? I mean, they didn't have the chicken.
It was KFC.
They had the chicken.
Everybody can't make the chicken.
No, it was KFC, so
He said they didn't even bring no black folk in to make the chicken.
Look, people don't go eat the chicken. Wait, people like, I want in the building to eat the chicken.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it a little bit. And then they had the Henny in the gift bags. You know what I'm saying? I don't even drink Henny. Everybody knows I don't even drink Henny. Look, but you know what I'm saying? I got it.
What we drink here?
Look, if they wouldn't, if they would, that's Uncle Nearest. That's black on, so we good.
Right.
We covered.
Here.
But now, if it would have just been the menu, right? If it would have just been the menu, they probably would have been cool. I mean, it'd have been, if we'd have known what the fuck the deal was, right. But it would have been cool. We gonna eat this shit, but y'all know what the fuck y'all doing, right?
Y'all definitely know what the fuck y'all doing. Right.
No, what happened was when the firefighter, the woman, the wife, Mrs. Dickinson, told her, "Oh no, take the chicken home with you."
What? He said,
"Feed your family."
Bitch, what?
No, you need to take the chicken home. We made this for you.
My my thing is.
No, I'm sorry. We didn't make it. We bought this for you. We bought this for you.
But you know what? I bet you he does not have a union or a board that has his back with him feeling the way he felt.
No, he had to sue.
Oh no,
on his own, because I guarantee if he went to there as a job or as a person,
hey, hey, he about to be paid though.
That and I believe the head of the firehouse and the chief of the fire department both I think have resigned.
Right, because again, you don't have the right boards and commissions. People who are on these, who represent us in our community, really matter. And so when situations happen like this, and you know people feel like they doing their duty, their job, they placed here for a reason, and then when they in bad situation, they go to their boards and their commissions, and nothing happens.
Right. Yeah.
That's when they, you know what I mean? Like he should have been able. It should have been a wrap once he went to, like Alabama,
But you also talking about what Southwest New York State,
right?
Rochester.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter anywhere in the United States. It shouldn't matter. If you on a job and you go to your board and your commission, your union, your people that represent you, and you don't.
Well,
they told him he had to be there.
Yeah,
right.
his house chief or whatever the fuck, the head of the firehouse or whatever, told him he had to come to this party.
Yeah.
Now on top of it all, they said it wasn't racist, and like Rockwell was saying, if it were just the food, or even if it was the food and some of the decorations or whatever, I could still be like, okay, yeah, but. The part where they say, the part where they say 25 minutes later, after they said, after their lawyer challenged everybody
look for something
to go find something.
Bet
25 minutes later, they came back with the fact that she was running a burner account.
They didn't even get out the room.
Right.
They didn't even get out the room, man.
First and foremost, there were several times or several moments in those clips that were shown where I would have just instantly fired my lawyer. Just fuck.
Right.
Stop.
The fact that he even let her
Like, come here,
speak,
dog. Give me your jersey. Take your jersey off.
Hey, the fact he even let her speak, he should have been like, they should have never even spoke, because them speaking just showed even,
The last moment I definitely would have fired my lawyer of him would have been where he was like, okay, so is the account racist? Oh yeah, most definitely. But that's not. But
that ain't what this is about, though. That ain't even what we talking about.
People speak like that,
That ain't what we talking about right now.
But the way he said it, the way he meant it, like it was like he really meant that shit.
He meant that shit.
Like that's not what we're here for.
That's not what we're here for, though. But he was like, "Hey, look, I thought it was racist too."
We talking about the
chicken.
We talking this party, and the party was, as they say,
talking about the chicken.
The party. What did they say? It's lit. It was lit.
It was lit.
Right? The lawyer said we're not here to talk about what she said on Twitter, what she's saying to y'all. We're here to talk about the chicken. He's suing us about the chicken. It's not about the chicken.
My kid was there. He said it was lit.
That's what.
Hey.
But what lawyer, like you said, what lawyer lets their client speak to say about their Twitter?
And then the fact that when she started talking, he didn't shut her the fuck up.
Like me, nobody. You see, Pete Lee said he was shut me the fuck up.
Hey,
like,
this press conference is over.
Right, right.
So she's and then the one of the clips I saw showed some of the stuff that she was saying in the burner account when she was trying to make her quote unquote. I don't even know if it was an apology that she was trying to make or what the fuck, her rebuttal, her.
Yeah, it was her defense.
I don't know what it was, but she was like, the Twitter allows you to be a persona that you're not necessarily, and this and that, and it was just a persona, and it's not necessarily me, and I was like, hold up, time out. So you mean to tell me
only play races on the weekends,
right? All the things that you could have picked to be, You picked to be a racist?
A
and not just a racist, but
just on the weekend.
Hold
on.
Old 1930s Confederate racist.
Hold on, PL. It's just on the weekends,
Right.
And it's just to blow off a little steam, okay?
No.
It starts at sundown on Friday and ends at sundown.
I'm just a sundown racist.
I'm just a sundown racist.
Hey, that's a new term.
Yeah, but look where
he could have said.
learned how to use that Twitter though, and where to use that Twitter, where they learned how to use that voice in that Twitter.
Hey, hold on. That lawyer could have literally said this verbatim. Hey, that party was a racist. We ain't talking about this shit no more. Fuck y'all niggas.
Pretty much.
Everything with the niggas part. Everything with the niggas part.
This show, Pete, like we gonna let.
And it would have been less damaging than what we saw.
But I would have accepted the niggas part, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I'm lying. Y'all know me. I'd have been like, this motherfucker here.
Hey, but you know he meant that shit.
Okay, but can we?
You know he meant that shit.
Recording, can we run it back? Because before we all watched this, so we could all before the lit live, party, we was all watching this and know what we was gonna talk about and our views and stuff. And you said they was playing cornhole, and we all know what the cornhole game is. It's like a game, but what he heard and
cornhole game.
He was like they was like playing cornhole, and we were watching the same video I watched. Tell him what you thought you heard, and boy, we all
No, because I thought he said cornhole gate. Or was it cornhole or corn gate?
Like cornhole gate, it's like a whole new water.
I was like, hold up, what?
Because they throw gate at the end of anything.
And then everything. But he did.
Hey, I was really
watched this together as like a unit, like personally to like have our views, and we were just sitting here listening. We was actually quiet listening, like y'all probably was at home listening. We was off the camera, and all he heard was cornhole. He said, "Did they say cornhole gate?"
Hold on. I'm really concerned about why they mentioned the cornhole game too.
Right.
Because of the pictures behind it, like they throwing pictures at him.
But it was Donald Trump. But like I was worried. Like I was really concerned. I was like, what is it? Is it black asses on the cornhole set?
I don't think it was the same cornhole set that they showed.
Right.
Is that what it was?
They said nobody has the real pictures of the cornhole game going on.
Because why would they have a Texas University of Texas cornhole set and neither one of those motherfuckers went to UT?
Right.
You motherfuckers are from Cleveland and.
Well, if you know anything about Texas, it will never catch up with us. I mean, them on weed, them on civil unity to everybody. Texas.
Cheers.
Texas.
No. Cheers. There we go.
So maybe they was congratulating Texas, like, man, Texas will always stay Texas. That's how I kind of looked at it, because I just did a lot to fight with Texas to get a kid out that was being in Parker County, Texas, being really racially profiled and and mistreated. And
is that because wait? It could have been because of Juneteenth. Yeah. Juneteenth was originated in Texas.
Yeah, but I'm saying
hold on. But do you think
has years to catch up with the rest of the world? Texas.
Do you think they went that deep though?
On anything.
I don't think that's that deep.
And Texas won't pass laws because they feel like they pass laws,
shallow.
we all gotta be equal.
That's
if they pass the weed,
well, UT
didn't
allow black folk on campus for the longest time either.
So to me, to me that's I
or UT Austin.
Texas cornhole is like. They were happy that Texas still stays on board with all that. They up in New York, but they like Texas is still with us on this, bullshit.
Mm. And Austin's still like what, 95% white?
Austin, Texas?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's at least 95% white now.
But I will give a shout out to the Texas Coalition in Austin, the Civil Texas Coalition in Austin, that helped me out when I reached out. So there are people down there. So if you down there in Texas and you're going through things, that the rest of the world ain't got to go through, but Texas ain't caught up, there are people out there to help out.
Oh, there's advocacy down there for sure.
There is, but because they know their government ain't gonna do it.
Right.
You can't
Right,
go. You can't go to the boards of commissions. You can't go to the boards. You can't go to government. But
you can't go to governor.
There
Nope.
are coalitions, and one is in Austin. You know, and they helped me. You know, recently on a kid. So I mean, unfortunately, Texas. When I look at the rest of this country, and we all trying to be united and invited and equal. You know, Texas is still worse on the map. And that's why they won't pass nothing, because they feel like they pass something, they have to make everybody equal. Like they gotta, you know, like erase this and erase that and erase a lot of shit that they done fucked up. And they don't want to erase nothing they done fucked up. They actually want to write more shit to fuck up more shit. So like to me, the Texas wars, that's what them Texas court, and when we was watching, he said, you know, we wasn't even live, and we was just having our early, you know. That's why y'all had to wait till whatever time we tapped in, because we had to watch and talk, and you know. But he said, "Is that the cornhole game?" You know, we're going through a whole other game. Yeah, he did. He
I'm
said
saying
that.
Pizzagate.
Right.
This has been way too many of them.
He said, "Is this another
game.
game?" That's what he said. He did. I just want to tell y'all that he did. When he saw that damn board and heard that in his ear, all he heard in his ear was cornhole, and saw that text, and he said, "Is this a whole other cornhole?"
As soon as they said that, all I imagined was black trauma.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
That's all. Why do New York people got Texas shit playing? And to me,
or Cleveland shit.
You know,
No, they in Rochester, New York. So fuck that.
Oh, that was New York. That's right, Rochester. That's right.
They're in New York, and why they have Texas stuff is because Texas literally is going to be the last state that will ever erase some of the shit that we have done injustice to people. And in fact, they continue to try to write.
I mean, Rochester ain't necessarily metropolitan.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But the reason why they had the Texas stuff is because the Texas will support them, and all the money come out of Texas, and everybody with, you know.
No, I
for a
seriously,
long time to come.
I seriously think so. They probably their son probably went to Texas or some shit like that, and was like, yeah, Juneteenth started in Texas. Yeah, throw that out there. Throw that out there for.
Are you gonna be part of that lawyer team?
No, that's not a defense. That's not a defense.
And if you use that as a defense, then that is like
that's even worse.
Yeah, that's the super shittiest defense.
You might as well represent yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well not.
If you green
have
like
any
that,
representation, you might as well just sit there.
What was that on the? Was that South Park when they was making fun of Cochran, the Wookiee defense?
Oh man,
Was that what that shit was?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is. I don't know. I think this is. I think the firefighter Jared. Oh man, what's his last name? Jones. I think his last name was Jones. He filed a. Like a $3 million lawsuit or against the fire department.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be the union, they board, they commission to protect him when he don't feel right. Like, you know, like you go to your job when you don't feel right, you're not healthy, you don't.
Oh no, but no, what they told.
And they don't protect you. Like you got to do your own shit.
Hey, what they
That's
told him was.
fucked up.
Hey, what they told him was, yeah, we checked with the black guy up. Higher up in the command, he said it was cool, so we're gonna run with it.
But that's sad when like people really take like civil duty jobs and civil, you know, and like really feel like their unions, their boards, their commissions are really gonna have their back when they're in situations where they, you know, just like us, we can take a factory job. It don't even matter job. Don't even matter. We can take any job. We take those jobs. We believe that the people that like are there to protect our unions. Back in the day, you know, our unions. There's not many unions left, but in these positions, there is unions.
Right.
We feel like those were put in place back in the day to protect us because we were never protected. And now they're really not. As soon as you speak up to your unions or your boards or your commissions,
yeah,
then you know.
Yeah, the police union here ain't got black cops' backs.
No. We had this conversation early before this started. We had this.
Well, there's been articles out there too detailing that shit.
But you know why? Does everybody in Kansas City know that in the state of Missouri, Kansas City PD, we are the only city in Kansas City that is not locally operated and owned our own police department. Like it's like nobody here
is in charge of it.
Nobody here is policing our police. Okay, Mayor Lucas just got on the board, but we talked to somebody else. There's been people on
But
the
it's like
board
12
before.
people.
Yeah, but we are not locally owned. And to me, like, how can someone in Jefferson City in the State House run our police department? They don't know what's going on here. But every other city in Missouri is locally owned, but not Kansas City. And I get it's because Kansas City comes from a long time of, corruption or whatever, so the state feels like we got to run them. Well, it's done being run because guess what? We as a community need to police our police. We need our police. Nobody's saying we don't need our police. But if our police are held accountable to, the things by the people in the community and things going on and not like people way in Jefferson City, better things can like happen. Right. Like right now in New Jersey. New Jersey actually right now has a whole community that is, doing their police board. New Jersey's doing it. And
Was that Newark?
Yes.
I think it's Newark, yeah.
And they have seen such a decrease in that. You know why? Because what people don't realize, police have to file reports after every interaction they have. But what New Jersey was feeling or finding out, and the community was finding out, the police in their shifts would interact with 50 to 100 people, like messing with, bothering. If people are doing some shit, yes, we need you. We're not saying we don't need you. Yes, we need you. But like if people are just, moving around, they weren't filing the reports. They were bothering people, but not filing the reports. So when people started realizing, so the community started, so it's like if you bother somebody, then yeah, you're going to stay after your shift and file that report. So if that person needs that report and that going on, and it would, I think it would cause a lot less bother that's not needed. Just because someone's moving around, don't mean they need to be bothered. Right. Now, if someone else called in our community, y'all need to come back to the community and say, there's some real shit, like they really bothering, there's some real, check on that. Then yeah, bother that. Nobody's saying when we say defund the police or da-da, nobody's saying that. But what we're saying is we need we need control of our own police department. We are the only city in the state of Missouri, y'all can fact check that is not locally owned. Like it's state owned. Like even our own city doesn't run it. Jefferson does. And they right now it's on the ballot. Y'all know it's on the ballot in November to give them more money. Not police around Missouri, but just Kansas City PD more money. And it's on our ballot. We got to vote. And our tax is going to increase. The state wants to bring that on the ballot, but not going to give Kansas City more money to fund that. They just want to, because you know why? They are the ones that are controlling our police department. And they down there in Jefferson City, we here living with it. Why don't we have a community of a board? Just like he did not have, as a fireman up there, a community, a board of people, a union. When I grew up, like when my mom grew up in factories, and when I grew up, like in the 70s, 80s, the unions were really made up in the factories and everywhere around about the people that worked there and was there in the community. Now the boards and commissions and the people that like run these people and help these people are not. And people don't realize your representation does matter to you, because the person that we vote in appoints all these people on these boards and commissions. All these people. And there's hundreds and thousands. Y'all thinking just about this seat and then this seat and this seat. No, that seat and this seat and all these seats actually appoint thousands of seats of people that affect our lives.
Yeah.
Truly affect our life. And him, if he would have right people just on his union board, when he would came from this party as a fireman, if he had someone right on his union that'd been like, oh yeah, it would have been a wrap right there.
Right.
Not him having to go get a lawyer and fight for himself. What kind of union is that? Especially in 2022. What kind of union is that?
But I think what you just said is 2022, and that actually happened. That's the part that I don't think we're really taking a look at.
It is so happening because we are letting representation, because we're not showing up to the polls no more. The community, everybody in the community.
No, but what I'm saying is why like people still feel comfortable doing things like that. Let's take the boards out of it. Let's take the higher ups. Like at some point, somebody should have said, this is not a good idea. why is nobody saying this is not a good idea in these situations? Like, we keep having these situations happen. That's the problem.
Because P wasn't at the party to grab his chicken and tell them motherfuckers it wasn't okay. Because somebody got to pop into every party. Pop into every party and everything. Because you know what? It's going to happen for the rest of our lives. Because guess what? We're not invited to that party to tell them it's not all right.
Hey, I don't know if I'd have been the right one, because I'd have showed up and been like, shit, y'all got some KFC.
Yeah, they got KFC. And they playing cornhole.
Little dirty sight.
But we can't be at every party, and we can't be at everything. But what we can do is educate people all around that, like, and have people have passion, that have people at a table for us.
I thought that's what
that feel like-minded, like us. You know what I mean? To be at the party, that see that and be like, oh, hey, y'all do that one more motherfucking time. I'm about to make a phone call. But they don't have that, because of course you're not, But it's always going to happen because we don't have, we all have not even in our communities integrated enough to trust each other to say, hey, I want to talk to you and tell you what I've gone through. Remember, like you sat down and said, I don't even want to talk unless you want to talk. Like, the more we help each other, educate each other on what we've gone through and the struggles we've gone. Even somebody was here earlier, like we was talking about the police brutality and and stuff going on, which is really big to me, and and the more we talk to other people and they share experiences and have them at the tables, at the parties, and when all around the world. And this next generation is gonna be more united. We need to start teaching our kids, and so when they see that shit at parties, like, oh hell, you ain't got a call, like like you don't need to worry, cause but it's always gonna happen. It's always
That's sad.
No, it is really sad. It really is sad. But if we could put more people like out there, unlike him, he felt like alone by himself. Instead, he couldn't stop it. Like, see me, if I was at the party, I'd be like, P, I would like grab the chicken and pie head upside everybody's head. We'd all be in trouble. We actually would need a lawyer because we'd probably be in trouble, because we done took the cornhole with us. Like you said, cornhole gang. Like we ran out the yard like with the cornhole. But started living like cornhole gang, like But
So now we have gone an hour without officially introducing Danielle. Danielle is she wears many hats. I'll say that. One of the hats that she wears is community advisor, ambassador for the Kansas City Health Department, and she was somebody said something earlier about needing to go and get something for some safety or something, and she tossed him a box of condoms, and he was like, "Whoa,
got him!
This isn't what I was talking about." But yeah, this will get me in trouble.
But my thing is, because he's married, that get him in trouble. And to me, I'm like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The married folks, to me, I haven't seen y'all, and I'm not, but and you know what? Because I told my fan bam I'm gonna call him at the end, because he calls me out every time I say all this sex talk on my social media that nobody wants to talk about, and he always comments. He says, if you want to play sex, latex up, and so Douglas Leroy Taylor Lewis, I told you, I said, I'm going to say your term, and I'm have all those hey,
here come the bag, here come the bag, here come the bag, hey,
the intensity,
hey.
Everybody needs
the intensity.
It's your birthday next week. You never know.
So you definitely need some. Let me toss you my.
Hey.
No, but there's some real.
You never know, you mate.
No, but there's some. First of all, that should always be.
Sensitivity rejected.
But that should always be. Like so.
We in the house.
Douglas, he would always smile like. If you're gonna sex up, latex up, and when I start sharing some of these statistics, I think our generation, we grew up in the 80s. We knew about the HIV. We know, not saying we always, but I feel like I've been around a lot of people in my age, and we still have the talks,
Mm-hmm.
like next to each other, like,
Yeah. Right.
and that's what I want to explain to people, like how I grew up. Like when I'm gonna be intimate, like it's like okay, so like I get into a lot of stuff, but like when I choose to like be intimate with somebody or like about to be intimate with something, like y'all talk about Netflix and chill and y'all don't say when was the last time you was tested or when was the last, or you know, like back in our day, that was the first. Like,
You know, you had that question. Yeah. You asked. You
I
asked.
will
Yeah.
give you that answer. No.
Yeah.
Y'all ask that motherfucker that. I bet you they be like, what did he say earlier? He said, what do you mean COVID? Like, not him say COVID. We talking about these kids.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have anything, would you? You know, you ain't got
Yeah,
nothing.
but we
do you?
asked it. No, they just want to know. Can you have my baby? Like you gonna get pregnant?
What?
Like,
Hold up,
pregnant?
no. No,
Okay.
hold up, time out. No.
But my
doing
thing
that.
is, I have.
You just shouldn't be searching for that. That's
But my thing is,
not our age, you know.
no. But the last 2 years, we have all seen, and it around not just our country, around the world, everybody's line up in masses to get their COVID status. I mean, line up in massive, get swap. I mean, for their COVID, right? But we've seen you get over, you get over, right? But what I have not seen in years, and what I have not seen anybody talk about, and maybe people don't realize that you can now get like personally in your home a mouth swab test and know your result in 20 minutes. Everybody out here yelling hot girl summer, da da da, and all they know is their COVID status. They don't only know their COVID status. Do y'all know your freaking HIV status?
That ain't
Like-
hot girl.
Like I mean, like how y'all out here yelling hot girl summer, and you can get
Cause
You hot already. goddamn.
knowing your HIV status ain't hot
Right.
girl.
It is.
y'all in line to get your COVID test. How many people like you go to an event, a barbecue, whatever, and they're like, are you COVID free? Da, da. But nobody asks no more. Like everybody go Netflix and chill and go to little parties and hang out and everybody, and nobody knows their HIV status. But guess what? We've came a long way. Guess what? In the privacy of your own home, in 20 minutes with a mouth swab, you can know your status. And you can yell hot girl summer.
Well,
You
see,
know. But
hot girl summer,
It should to be hot.
it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It
there's
ain't
a lot
hot
more,
to-
and I got a lot more, more. This is just. This
Hot
is
boy
detection.
summer too.
Hey, this is just detection.
We gonna keep it a buck. We keep it a buck,
This
you
is
know.
detection. I'm gonna get to prevention too. We got some prevention too, but this is detection. And what I want people to know, I think we come from an era we thought we had to go get blood tests, and they got wait 2 weeks and call us. No, guess what? And can I tell you something? It's free. You know how it's free? At our health department, you know why it's free? There's a need. You know how funding works? Does anybody know how funding works? Do you know the only way our health department would provide something free to our community?
If there's a need.
If there's a need. There's all kind of services our health department can provide. Right?
Right.
They are actually giving this for free to everybody because there's a need. Can I tell you something? So the day before I was here, my first time, like I tap in on Fridays. I love tapping on Fridays. I was tapping on Fridays. I've been tapping in for Fridays for a while, and so then Jamel would say, "Girl, come in the audience." And so I came in the audience a month ago. He's probably gonna send that link. He said, "What was it?" Night after I came from my first ambassador meeting, and I was just so fired up about the information they gave me, and that was part of this community, wellness ambassador program. Is the health department? They have so many free services offered to people. Mental health, like mental health, like the healthy. Wait till I talk about the healthy homes program.
Hey, hold
all
up, time
kinds.
out.
What?
I don't like the way you pointed at me and was all aggressive. like, mental health, that motherfucker right there, boy, he crazy.
Hey,
No, I'm fucking with you.
no, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? We all live.
You're going to tell them something.
Oh yeah, everybody's oh yeah, everybody, everybody's.
We all live, but the fact we being aware. Okay, first of all, it's awareness. Like I told him, awareness. So I'm making people aware. It's like he made people aware about his health. You know, first of all, not just to help. Do y'all know how many departments are inside the Kansas City Health Department that will help you for free?
Mm-hmm.
And so when he talked about mental health with so many suffering, That's awareness. So I'm because I feel passionate. The reason why I feel passionate about this, because my first meeting I sat in is my first meeting. We all getting our feet wet. Where there's 53 of us. They're really some really amazing community leaders. I can't believe some of the community leaders. And this program just started, and I think once people start hearing about this computing basket program, they'll be like, that person. There's so many people that feels comfortable enough to spread.
Right.
And there's so many different departments. They don't expect me to spread all of this. They expect me to find what I'm passionate about and want to share with my community. It just happened my first meeting. My first meeting happened to be, about, HIV, and they put up a slide and it had zip code. It had like 5 zip codes, and they said, anything look familiar? And I raised my hand. Nobody else raised their hand. And they said, what looks familiar? I said, well, that zip code 64130. That's mine. That's right up there. Well, it has 155 known cases right now.
Wow.
That's known cases. In just our zip code alone is 64130. And so when I left that meeting, like next day I was here, and that's why it was hard to be quiet and stuff. And so then I actually have a seat to speak. But they have so many, departments. But I want to speak to people because we need, sex education went out to schools, just like a lot of things. Good food went out to school. Like, the other day, I pulled up the Quick Trip today to grab some. I already know my kids don't like the food or whatever, but I pulled up a Quick Trip today to grab some. I heard a kid out the window hollering at his mom, talking about, grab me a Lunchable, that food sucks. Like, literally today, out the window at Quick Trip, telling his mom when she was going into Quick Trip, like, So, the schools have, it's because they've been defunded from really fucked up politicians.
That and ain't no more old fat black ladies in the cafeteria cooking.
But our sex education has been defunded. Like, everything has been defunded out of anything that will make anything better. See? Yeah. Better has been defunded. But at the same time, why are we dependent on schools to teach anything?
Right.
They are advancement of the kids, but everything should come from home. And my kids probably is tapping in right now because I told them to tap in, and they're not tapping in because they ain't heard this shit. They tapping in to tell me later, Mom, you need to slow down a little more. You talk too fast. You talk too crazy. That's probably they tapping in because they, But I want to share this because we need to start sharing at home. So in my zip code alone, 155 known cases are from the age of 23 to 34. Okay?
Wow.
So that tells us this generation, we grew up in the 80s. We grew up in the 80s and stuff. We kind of knew and we kind of protect, But this generation, But this generation with the theys, the hims, thems, they all, they about to bring this back. And the thing is, what bothers me is everybody was in line to get their COVID swab. You get over that. Once you catch HIV, you're not going to die until you get AIDS. That takes 10 years of untreatedness to get AIDS, and then you die from it. But you're going to have to deal with it the rest of your life, like other STDs. And so why? So, this is awareness. So we're talking awareness. This is detection. And now I'm going to tell you about prevention. Okay? So there's a PrEP pill, which is also going to be free because there's a need.
Oh, there you go.
It's a PrEP pill. So what I don't understand, everybody out here taking vitamin C, the airborne stuff, everything else, so they don't have to catch a cold. Well, when you catch a cold, what happens when you catch a cold? You sit for 5 days, then it's gone, and then you're back to business.
Right.
When you catch HIV,
for life,
it's not gone.
Right.
So my thing is, PrEP pill is known if it's taken by prescribed daily, like your vitamin C. If you're sleeping with multiple people, and even if you say to yourself you're not sleeping with multiple people, you don't know that even if he say he's married to you or you married to him, come on now. I didn't see y'all in my inbox. Y'all married folks be.
So is that a prescription pill?
Yeah, well, it does not be, but through navigate, like the health department, because guess what? It's prevention. If you have insurance, every insurance, just like your diabetes pill or your high, anything that's prevention. So every insurance will pay for the PrEP pill.
Yeah.
Every insurance. If you don't have insurance, the Kansas City Health Department through navigation through Kansas City Care will make sure it's paid for. They want people to like. Why would you take a vitamin C every day to save you from a cold? But if you out here sleeping with multiple people, and even this new generation, and so I'm trying to tell our parents like to talk to our kids that are now sexually active, like they bringing this stuff back. Like I said, just in my zip code alone is 64130, and I live at 58 in Swole Park. So if you don't know what 64130 is, south of Brush Creek, Swole Park, like it's not like gay community, like you know what I mean. Like people feel like, oh, I don't have to worry about AIDS or this because. Our zip code is the highest with 155. And so when I sat in that meeting, I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to speak. And my thing is, I think it's because people don't know that now, just like you get a COVID test, you swab. Like, why wouldn't you, like, if someone call you over and say, hey, pull up, hey, boo, you know, you said, you know, or hey, you know, you want to call a girl up, like, hey, why not ask what's your status? Y'all gonna ask motherfuckers what their COVID status before they come to a party, wear a mask. Motherfucker, you get over that. But you don't want to ask what their HIV status. Like, once they give you that to you, you're not going to get over it. You are not going to get over it. And guess what? It's no different than the COVID status. 20 minutes in the privacy of your own home. And I'm tell you how you can get it free 3 ways. You know, here in a minute, but I'll start. You can just go ahead and call the health department. Call Kiana. You know, she will, you know, meet you in public. But I actually, because it bothered me so much that I am hosting my own health fair in the Southeast community where I live, like literally blocks away, on September 14th from 12 to 4. And we are offering free testing of all testing. You know, and like, who cares who get in line? Like, y'all in line for COVID and not embarrassed. Like, we all have sex. Like, who's embarrassed to be in line to get? Hey, you know, they say, oh, you gonna meet your husband at the grocery store? I'd rather meet my husband in that line. No, he good. You know, I ain't never married. I'm 42, I ain't never married. I'd be like, you know what? You cool, you know, hey, we both cool. I mean, like, why are people not getting in line for this free? Okay? So I am hosting, with the help of Kansas City Health Department, and KC Healthcare Health Fair on September 14th. And yes, it's a Wednesday. And the reason why we did a Wednesday, because that library on 6th and Swole Park gets more traffic through the week. Everybody in there, you know, using the services than on the weekend. Nobody go to the library on the weekend. If I go to the library through the week, use a computer printer. I do too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do too. That's why we chose a Wednesday. So like, okay, so one way you can get this free testing is just call the health department. And you just call the health department and ask for HIV, and she will give you a free home. And you can do it in privacy of your own home. You ain't got to even come to my clinic. But if you come to my fair, we will also, if you don't want to do it right there on site, we will give you one to take home. You know, you can come get, because yes, the health department's on 24th and Truth. So a lot of people in the Southeast community down here not gonna make it to 24th and Truth. And you know, we really need people to start knowing their status, because we really gotta stop. My thing, we talked about this earlier. The money is not in the cure; it's in the medicine. The government doesn't care if we all have HIV. You know why? Because we're going to have to pay for the medicine the rest of our life to live with this. They're like, oh, now you live with it, so we don't got to educate you. When I grew up in the 80s, they educated the fuck out of us because we thought we were going to die. Well, you will die if you get AIDS. AIDS doesn't happen until 10 years of having HIV undetected without medication, you know. Well, now the government's like, oh, we'll just medicate them for the rest of their life. So we don't give a fuck. Well, I give a fuck because in my zip code, there's 155 known cases. Why are we going to keep spreading this? Why don't we stop it and know, you know what I mean? And, you know, and then we don't need, you know, we have detection and we have prevention. Why do we need medicine? Why do we want to live with something the rest of our life? Right? So I'm hosting a health fair, and so not only will we have, but we also have Kansas City Care out on site that will do all, because I don't think everybody out here talking about monkeypox. Can I tell you something? Kansas City is not worried about the monkeypox. We have a whole 6 cases in Jackson County. We're worried about syphilis. There's a syphilis outbreak in Kansas City, Missouri. And because I'm a Kansas City Health, you know, ambassador, I get this knowledge, and that's why they giving us this to give to y'all. Like, there is a outbreak of syphilis. Like, why are people not, you know?
Damn,
you know,
syphilis.
Yes. there is a syphilis outbreak right now. They said
Taking niggas back to the 50s.
Right, everything they are because it's generations. People, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to say us in our 40s aren't like, you know, seductive because we look smarter. But what's so sad is really the 23 to 34 year olds. You know, I have young, you know, not young kids, but I mean, teen, but grown adults now living on their own, like out here. You know, I done gave them the tools. Don't mean they use them. I done gave them knowledge. Don't mean they use them. That's on them. But at least I know I gave them to them and told them. I think a lot of homes aren't giving them, and you know it's so much easier because when we grew up we didn't have no 20-minute in-home swab test, or our parents would have sat
No, you need to set an appointment.
Right, it's been 2
like
weeks
6
later.
months out. Like,
right.
But also when we was growing up,
if we had this our day, all grandparents, everybody,
And they be like, what?
our little fast ass they be like, you little fast ass, you little fast ass.
Hey, and they be like, what you scheduling an appointment for? We sending the FBI over to your house.
Right. I mean, seriously, why is our generation that was so educated on this?
Yeah.
nah,
Why
but we wasn't eating ass though. Like that's
But
probably why a lot of this
why
shit
are
is
we as
happening because we
parents
wasn't eating
and
that.
community leaders and people around, like you said, what we go through. Why are we going? You know, right now we don't have to go to that because you know we have detection. We have such easy detection.
People already know what to do.
Right. It's
Right.
like, you know, where, so, you know, if you have detection,
Some of them just
then
don't
you
care.
don't, you know what I mean? Who wants to live on medicine the rest of their life? Because, you know what I mean? It
Hey,
was,
I did want to add onto that real quick. You brought up Kansas City Free Health Clinic.
Casey Care, and they come out to the thing, and I got a lot of that.
and
That's their whole box. If you call Casey Care, we're going to get on Casey Care, cause.
Like no, straight up, because I can tell you firsthand. I've used their services before when I didn't have insurance, and that's one of the first things they do is to give you a rapid HIV. You know.
And can I tell you something? They actually were my daughter is. I didn't know this before I got in part of Basketball Pro. My daughter is pre-med at UMKC, and when I was telling her about all this, and she said, "Mom, like KC Care was started by UMKC students, like to offer free services. Like, and so KC Care has actually grown so much. They actually have now like 4 offices. Back 4 is just on 31st and Prospect.
That's right.
Right on 31st.
31st and Broadway.
Oh, yep, 35th and Broadway.
35th and Broadway, yeah.
And now they got one on 23rd and Meyer, 46th Independence Avenue, and on 30th Street. But KC Care, you don't have to have insurance. Just like the health department, if you don't have insurance for anything, like they're not. We want awareness, prevention, detection. Like you're not gonna be turned down. But KC Care has actually teamed up to be. This is my health fair, y'all. See this? I'm hosting this myself at the Southeast Library at 630 Swope Park on September 14th, 12th. I'm hosting this. But I got so many people on board that KC Care is actually coming out and going to test for everything. Syphilis, like if you want to, like, and who can, like, why, where's the stigma? Like, why are we so worried? Like, we was all in the COVID line, like, not even, like, everybody was in the COVID line. Why? Like I said, I would rather meet my husband in that damn line. Like, at least I know you, like, I mean, we all have sex.
Somebody gives a damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, we all have sex. Are we saying we don't have sex and we don't want to, like, know our status? Y'all want to know your COVID status, but you don't want to, like, there are STDs that once you get, you can never get rid of.
Say for life.
Hey, you sure don't want the motherfucker to be like, nah, I'm cool.
Can I tell y'all something? And I even sent this link to a couple motherfuckers. I said, you might watch, because I might call your ass out. And they said, oh, really? I said, you know, motherfuckers hop in my inbox a lot, and you know, it's kind of annoying. You know what, ladies, if you want motherfuckers to stop hopping your inbox, I didn't learn to say, well, yeah, I'll pull up. Can I pull with this AIDS test? I just said like a couple little times the last couple of weeks. Well, they don't hit me up no more.
Huh? What? What you mean? What you mean?
No, hey,
what you mean though? What you mean though?
You know, it's like, I mean, but why do we want to know our COVID status? I mean, I get it. But I mean, we get over that. But why do we not want to know our HIV status? And we can get it in home in our own privacy. 20 minutes with mouth swab. You ain't got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can call the health department and get this for free. And can I tell you something, again, how funding works? If it's free, there's need community. Like you go to the health department, maybe over in this community or that community or that community, they're not gonna have this for free because it's not needed in the community. I'm telling you, there's a big need in our community right now. We're really bringing, you know what I mean? Like, so we're going to bring back the whole, you know, like, they're talking about monkeypox. It's like, motherfucker, that was like, you know what I mean? We're bringing shit back because we're so worried about, you know, COVID. And I can't say we can't be worried about COVID because then people be like, oh, you know, but, I mean, you get, these are things you don't get over. And we can now know our own status and privacy of our own home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, boy, next time somebody call you Netflix and check, be like, well, you know, when we going to start having them talks again? Them talks in our homes, them talks in our personal relationships. Like, the person you, like, how the fuck you lay next to someone or boo-boo and talk to boo-boo to somebody to get to that point that your pussy, like, ride that dick or that dick on your pussy and you ain't had this talk. Like, what's your status? I mean, like, how do we even get to that point? Like they call that about, oh, you COVID free, you gonna wear your mask, but you let them put their dick in you. You don't even know what's. I mean, come on, community, come on, Kansas City. We don't have to do that anymore because you don't have to go to the doctor. You ain't got it. All you gotta do is go pick up your in home, 20-minute mouse, you know, and then once you know you're cool. If you know you're sleeping around, like I don't want to see vitamin C's in your you know, when you go back. I'd rather see the motherfucker on the PrEP pill. Like, okay, it's you know, like, you know. So
all right, so hold up, right there, fellas, beware. When you write her over, she's looking through your pills. She's looking through your medicine cabinets.
Hey, if you ain't got the PrEP pill,
you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be on your shit.
She's gonna build a profile.
She's gonna be like,
no,
hey.
because literally, there's like recently, like even people like, you know, and young generation. I'm 42, and I don't fall for this. But a lot of people, like, how many times somebody tell you, you're the last person I slept with? Like, you know, like, I need you so much. I need you so much because I ain't had none because
my line
you're the last person I slept with.
My line is just the tip.
Is it just the tip?
Yeah, just the tip.
No, they know that one. They had 3 people that week. You know, but, like, my thing is.
It never works.
Always works.
Never works.
Always.
Never works.
Right. But my thing is, we have something now, like a vitamin, like a daily pill that will prevent. Why would you?
What it working about?
Tell us.
Oh no.
Consent.
You were saying something, and I said, "Well, my method is just the tip to get me some." So now I'm giving my game out to everybody now, but he was like, it never works. I was like, it always works. And then I was like, well, depends on what your end game is.
If you, hey, Dougie Fresh, Bam, the tip on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if you, hey, what do you say? Don't play sex if you ain't latex stuff. I mean, that's always our number one motto. Because you know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have sex. It's been the condom's been lost inside of me. You know, like, literally, like, you know, like, condoms get lost. Like, you wake up from, like, the fun or, like, you know, or come from fun. It's like, everybody's like, well, you know, God bless, I have my two sides. But why is everybody only worried about can you get pregnant? Yeah, a kid lasts forever, but so does HIV.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So if we have stuff now, like, why would you want to subject yourself to something you have to live with forever and be on medicine forever? And then nobody really want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? You know, but why are we embarrassed to be in that line? And we don't got to be in that line. We can go privacy of your own home. We ain't got to be in that line. Why don't we know why does everybody know their COVID status but not the HIV status? COVID doesn't stay with you forever. HIV does. And then once you know your status, if you gonna sleep around, it's okay. It's okay. It's I play. Hey, doggy, like you said, you gonna play. You play with sexual latex. But if not, I mean, even so, but there's a pill now. Like I don't get why people take the air. Like they pay how much they paying for airbornes and vitamin C, not catch a cold. When was the last time you catch a cold that it lasted for the rest of your life? When? I mean, have you ever catch a cold that lasts the rest of your life? HIV will.
I was gonna say, if you catch COVID though and you die, then that's the last cold you ever gonna have. So.
Hey man, why did I feel like I was in church for the last like 45 seconds when she was talking? She was talking about. I was like,
You ain't saw me yet.
About to have an altar call.
P, you say you gonna stop me when
Like I'm
ready.
gonna come down to the altar and be like, "I'm sorry, y'all. I've been fucking raw. I've been fucking raw dog like a motherfucker."
Damn!
I got but they do a prep pill. Okay.
Been asking just to put the tip in.
Yeah, but guess what? Now we have like a vitamin C for
Let
that.
me get that. I'll put that in the camera.
No,
for
but
you.
now we have vitamin C for it. It's called the prep pill, and you can get it for free because it's prevention. Your insurance will pay for its prevention. Just like they don't want you to get diabetes, they don't want to get you that disease that lasts forever. So if you go on it's called a prep pill. It really is. If you take it every day, it's been known. Like you know, what I mean, like we were told by Dr. Jones, who is the director of Kansas Health Department, we can never say 100% because no scientist will ever say 100%. So she came and told us you can never say 100%. So I'm saying it's highly effective, which means if you take it, like I mean, if you out there like having, you know, why do people take vitamin C and airborne for a cold that lasts for a few days, but don't take, if you're out here sleeping with multiple people, and even if you're not sleeping with multiple people, you don't know if your partner is. Why would you not get the prep pill? Your insurance will pay for it because it's prevention. They don't want you to get HIV because once you get HIV, they really don't have to pay for some medicines and stuff to live with it. You're going to live through it, but thing is, if you don't get HIV like detected, then you're going to get AIDS. You know, eventually it will turn to AIDS. Not only that, our whole community is going to keep getting more and more affected. Like literally right now, just in my zip code, one zip code, 64130, there's 155. That's known cases. Like we have to start doing awareness. Nobody has talked about HIV and AIDS in so long. So there's awareness. Nobody has told you that there is detection that's so easy. This is easy as damn COVID in your own home and free. So here's our detection, and nobody's talked about there's prevention now. Like you get a free pill, just pop it, you know, like it will block you from, you know, other STDs, I mean, they'll cure you, you know, but HIV, once you get it, you will never be cured. Never.
And I worked at United Healthcare for 5 years in the opt-out program, so if you have any type of insurance, and I'm talking about any type of insurance at all,
they don't want to.
But with that, like even if your insurance doesn't fully pay for it, the company themselves, because it's a company called McKesson that'll because I actually work for them. And so whatever your copay is, they pay that. The actual manufacturer of the pill pays that for you.
And Kansas City Health Department doesn't actually, the Kansas City Health Department pays for this free. They don't pay for this, but they say navigation. You know why they say navigation? Because they partner with the greatest people in town, Kansas City Care, that also does this whole prep box. And anybody that comes to them.
You gotta move the box to your...
and up a little bit,
Anybody that comes to the health department that wants to be on the prep and doesn't have insurance, they will navigate you because that's what say the Kansas City Health Department is prep navigation. Like they because they want you to come, like they have the free testing. If you don't have it, but they say, hey, if you're sexually active, we would love to like help you like not spread it. Like you don't have it, but you don't know if the next person you sleep with tomorrow it does. Just because we test you today, you can sleep with someone tomorrow that does. And so they like, if you're going to sleep with multiple people, they'll do the prep navigation. If you don't have insurance, they work very closely with KC Care and KC Care and it's Prep KC, and they will send out like whole body, like, and there's funding. There's funding all across Kansas City because we want everybody like we want everybody, first of all, to be aware that it's really rising. It's really rising again. And it's with our, you know, like our youth, you know what I mean? And because they've not been aware. We've not had these talks in our homes. We've not had these talks in our communities. We have not had these talks in our schools. But I want people to know how easy it is to be detected. So this is awareness. This is detection. And now we have prevention. You know, you can take a pill. Like, if you want to be abstinent, cool. Hey, more for you. You know, you know, I like to have fun. You know, y'all like fun. I mean, I grew up in the era like, look at my jeans. Remember that when we unbuttoned them and said, "Lucky you"? That was lucky. Remember that? Or is that just my white girl? Remember it said "Lucky"? Remember that? Was that from our era?
I missed that era. Yeah.
I mean,
I missed that era.
I missed that.
I must have known. White girls like
They wasn't doing that down on 24th and Forest.
But I'm just saying,
Man.
like, we have stuff now. Like, I mean, like, we all need to start being honest. Like, we all have sex. Like, why are we all scared to say we have sex?
I'm just
And
saying.
everybody's sex. And now, it's like, this generation, they are thems and theys. They're not even he's or she's or we's or be's. I mean, like, we are failing our children. Our children are going to have, we are educating them. They're going to be the smartest and the most united. We're going to, like, we're making this generation so united that they're going to, like, change this whole country. Well, they're all going to die of diseases because we didn't educate them on the other shit. We done made them, like, love your neighbor, like, love everybody, like, don't treat them bad, don't be no bully, don't be no, you know what I mean? We forgot to tell them about, we already know, everybody fucking and sucking. They do that shit in middle school.
Yeah.
In middle school, and nobody's in their home telling their kid, like, you know, or telling people, like, it's really, you know.
I think kids know about fucking and sucking way younger than we knew about.
Right. And so the thing is, in our homes, we're ignoring it because, you know, as parents, we're just like, nobody wants to have the talk. My kids, if they're tapping in, they, you know, I have them talks. Like, the first time I remember, I was actually at the health department, and my daughter was getting a TB test, you know, for school she needed because she was in this little nursing program through high school. You know, my son's a lot younger, and they had free condoms. I was like, shit. And I brought him home, and he said, well, that's random. I said, that's exactly the word for they foe. You know, for the randoms, you know. And I think he was like 12 or 13. He was like, you know, since then every so often I bring condoms, and he'll tell me, you know, like, you know, kind of like, you know, it's like, you know, like those, you know, like, you know, you got parents, like, we want to save our kids from, like, stuff going on in our community. We want to, like, uplift them and all this other stuff and be, like, not bully, like, love, you know, like, be cool. But we're not saving from these diseases that we knew about, that we protect ourselves about. They're coming back. And it's so easy. It's not like you got to take them to the doctor and you got to get blood tests and call you later. Like, literally, in your home, mouth swab, 20 minutes. You will know. And then once you know, if you know you sleep around, I mean, that's probably, I don't even know that. I ain't gonna put a stat on the population of people who sleep around, but I'm gonna say the people that are sexually active, which means if you, I mean, I don't even know what we call a celibate person. How long do we call a celibate person? A year? Like, I mean, how do we call a person celibate? You know, people sleep. I mean, like, how do we call a person? You know, like, I think everybody should, like, I mean,
A fortnight.
I mean, the PrEP pill should be like vitamin C. Like, why are we not taking some? Because the cold, we're taking vitamin C, and we're taking vitamin C off the counter to keep us from getting a cold. I mean, like, the cold we don't live with forever. HIV do. There's a pill now called the PrEP that, you know, if you sexually active, which we all are, like, I don't understand why people are so embarrassed to have these talks or so embarrassed to, like, you know, or like, man, I like I said, anybody come through, like, hey, I be like, but I want to know, you know, we need to start having talks, because, you know, when I grew up, when I started being sexually active, I remember everybody I was sexually active would have that talk, like, ask me. Like, literally ask me, like, when was the last time you tested? When, you know, I mean, like, lately, you know, like, you know, like, you know, there's very few people that are honest, and, you know, and when I ask people, literally, someone was in my inbox the other day talking about pull up, I said, well, I'm pulled with the ACE test, boy, they hit me up again. So, ladies, if you want someone out your inbox, I'm going to tell you how to get it out the inbox. They say, hey, pull up. They say, okay, I'm going to pull up, I'm bring the A test. But why, like, I mean, why you, like, I mean, that would be dope. That would make it really be like, hey, you know, we good. You know, I just don't understand why there's such a stigma. Like, why do we want to give the government a reason to medicate us the rest of our life and bring us back down? And especially our next generation of children. The cases are between the major cases, not saying everybody, are between the age of 23 and 34. You know, because we're not educating them. Like, why would we give our government a reason to educate, like, to have to medicate these kids for the rest of life because they got a disease they can't get rid of? Yeah, they're not going to die from it. Now, if they don't take their HIV medication for 10 years, and they will contract AIDS, and then yes, they will die. But now they have medicine. But why? If we can detect it and prevent it, they don't need medicine the rest of their life.
That's fact. Well, the time has come for us to go ahead and wrap it up because we are just a pregame. It is after 11, so the official game is,
You should be pulling up to the club.
Yeah.
You should be pulling up. Thank you for having us on Android or Apple Auto.
Oh, shout out to Lou Rip for
last week, man.
Week.
Oh man, yeah. Gotta shout that out. Royal Chief, Tef Poe, G Watts. Yeah, man, it was a great show.
That's my little cousin.
Yeah, he did his thing. He did his thing. Like
He's there.
And his daddy is a preacher, a pastor.
Yep.
At the church.
Yeah, he did his thing last Friday, man.
Look too fast.
She like us. We always be like, hey, look, we see him walk a whole nother life.
Yep. So it was. That was great. I'm actually gonna be working on an article or essay about that night and what it meant. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Danielle, if they're trying to get a hold of you or if they want to follow you on social media, do you have anything that they can use to get to follow you or anything? Are you on Instagram?
Hey, I'm real, and I'm real. It's real. Just like I said, my kids are probably on this podcast. Danielle Holcomb. I'm Danielle Holcomb. If you look me up, it's me. Picture of my two kids with Kansas City little thing. I only do Facebook. Probably because my kids, they won't do Facebook. They do, I ain't got time to do 4 and 5. I'm not there yet. Like, I do so much in the community. Right. I'm in the community that I ain't got time to do. So I'm just still a Facebooker, but can tell you all this shit's on Facebook, and boy, I ain't lost Facebook friends, but I don't get many likes and hearts no more like I used to. Boy, you post a selfie, you get about 500, but when you post this goddamn fit 20-minute AIDS test, but you know what? I don't need people like it. What I need people to do is do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care. Right. So it's just Danielle Holcomb.
All right.
I just do Facebook, and I post all my community stuff. If not, my health fair, and I'm literally hosting this health fair on September 14th.
That's what I'm talking about.
At Southeast Library, which is on 630 Slow Park. We are going to have all the communities out there, and the thing is, since I started this, we have so many other health departments. Because did I show you how many health departments are within the Kansas City Health Department? So by then they're all going to jump on board. But can I tell you something? There's a few that I'm really happy that hopped on board. So the lead division has hopped on board because I guess 64130 is also the highest of lead cases, of course, because we have old crumbling homes over there. So they're going to be on site to test kids from the age of 9 and under. We got kids in school, but we got them babies not in school, 6 and under. And people don't realize when your baby gets lead in their blood system, it's like HIV. It's just work. Like, you can't get rid of that level. Their brain, like, people wonder, like, why did my kid not get to graduate high school or college? Well, you know what? If you would have tested lead, you would have realized they have developmental, probably, disabilities in their brain because they lived in an old home that had, so we're going to have lead has joined in.
That World War II era
water system. But guess what? There's a program inside the health department that a lot of people don't know about, and it's actually my favorite program. It's the Healthy Homes program because guess what? Because, I'm also a KC tenant union leader. The Healthy Homes program is for rental people that rent. If you rent inside of Kansas City, Missouri, we are now holding landlords. We have gone generations. When I say generations, 70s, 80s. Where landlords been able to be slumlords. Like people, how do we pay for the same homes as everybody else, but we live with mold, we live with right. Okay, but guess what? The health department has now deemed living in the homes as a health crisis. They are now dealing with health crisis because people are sick as fuck because of mold and because of everything else. So they have just started, and they are going to be out at my health fair on 12/14 from 12/4, the Healthy Homes Rental Inspection Program. Y'all do not be afraid to sign up for this. This is not like any other program. This is really the city of Kansas City trying to come in and help renters. Because you know what? People don't realize, and it really makes sense. And I live on 50th and 12th as a renter. And people don't realize the homes in our area for rent in Kansas City in the 5th, 1st, and 3rd district don't even meet Section 8 guidelines. We are living in homes that if Section 8 had to come in, as a rent, they wouldn't pass. The landlord wouldn't pass. He couldn't rent you that Section 8 home. That's why, why landlords are no longer taking Section 8 checks? It's because their homes don't meet the requirements.
They're subject to inspection.
But guess what? Because their homes don't meet that and they just want it right. But guess what? You don't have to be, it's not about Section 8. It's about being a renter. It's like, I pay $900 for where I live in a 2-bedroom on 50th and Swope. I'm blessed. I love my landlord. She, I it's a great home. Like, she take care of it. Some people around me, it's not the same situation. And they're going to come in. If your home has a water leak leads to the mold that leads to sickness. Do you think the health department, or not even the health department, but other insurances, and everybody wants to pay, So there's so much that they will come in. And if your home does not meet the standard requirements, your landlord will have so much time to come up to code, or else, and you can talk to the health department about that. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm just telling you, right now, there is literally inside the health department, because we have deemed this a health crisis. And it's called Healthy Homes Rental Inspection Program. It's not no Section 8 shit. It's like, you already there. I'm already renting. Like, you rent, we rent, we rent. If you live in Kansas City, Missouri, anywhere in Kansas City, Missouri, if you rent and you don't feel like your home meets any of these guidelines, and you're like, man, I didn't text my landlord and ask my landlord, and he don't answer me, he don't give a fuck, he will need to give a fuck. Because he's going to have to answer to the Kansas City Health Department. Because the city of Kansas City, Missouri, we realize now that, it's a health crisis. So if you don't want to call, if you want to hear about their program, they will be out at my health fair too. I just got confirmation the other day that they are going to be out at my health fair on September 14th from 12 to 4 at the Southeast Library, right on the corner of 6th and Swope Park, which is right diagonal across from Swope Park Highway. KC Care is going to be out there giving every HIV test you want. If you want syphilis, gonorrhea, whatever. And guys get in line. I'm telling you, everybody get in line. He's in line for COVID. Why are we not, to me, it's like we all having sex. Why are we embarrassing having sex? I'd rather, like I said, I'd be like, boy, I might be over there, my husband be like, oh, look at here, you never know. Wouldn't you, we need to start having conversations. We need to start having conversations. I'd rather know someone know their status than not. How does everybody know they COVID status, but not they?
So if you all take nothing away from tonight, if you all take nothing else away from tonight, from have watching and listening to Danielle, I'm dead serious when I say this. Know your status.
Right, know your status.
Have those conversations.
Right.
Grow a pair, grow a set. And be adult enough to
know
be able
the
to
truth.
have these talks to know what's going on.
You, or you ride your pussy with someone and they ain't had that talk with you. I mean, we around real people and we aight.
And on that note,
why would
Facts.
you? Why would you? I mean, I don't understand why this community we don't
on that note, I appreciate you all. I appreciate you coming by, Danielle, and hanging out. And know that you're more than welcome whenever.
Ever now.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm gonna have all kinds of
You
stuff,
alumni
so-
now.
Yeah, so whenever.
You double alumni now.
I appreciate everyone who tuned in and hung out with us while they were getting ready for their evenings this evening.
Right, because we had to watch the same video y'all watched, and because we watched what y'all watched about that damn party in the court, we had our conversation went really wild, crazy. We had to like calm down. It took a minute because we had to.
Oh no, it's all good. People understand when we say 9 o'clock, it's 9-ish.
Hey, I'm about to fire up these to the titty sprinkles.
I have no idea what he just said.
Medicine, man.
But
Titty sprinkles.
you all have a.
That's the name of it.
Okay, fresh. You all have a good one. Be safe. If you're gonna be driving and drinking, make
Don't
sure
do
that
it.
you get an
And if
Uber.
you
Just don't do it.
Or if you're
Don't do
drinking,
it.
don't drive.
Just don't do it.
And in the famous words of my fan bam, Douglas Leroy Taylor, if you're gonna play sex, at least latex up.
Yeah. Make sure that you're, using protection.
Or detection.
All that.
Or prevention. Gotta
Protect
kill.
yourself at all times.
Right.
All that.
Or have to talk. Please have to talk. When was
right.
the last time?
Y'all have a good night. And we'll catch you next week. Funky Fresh First Fridays with a special guest, DJ Scheme.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday night,
Gonna be a good day, Tater.
actual birthday episode. We'll be doing the sports block with Riddock. Looking forward to it all. You all have a good, safe weekend. Appreciate y'all.
Safe.
Hey,
Y'all
the
take it easy.
Skygazer was fire. We'll talk
Right.
about it in 2 weeks.
Safe weekend, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.